By the benign grace of Lord Sri Hari, our very beloved Sri Madhuri Sakhi Sameta Premikavarda Thakurji, our Sita Devi Sameta Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, and by the immense kripa of our Sadguru Maharaj, His Holiness Maharanyam Sri Muralidhara Swamiji, we are all extremely blessed to be gathered here to relish Sita Kalyana on a very, very auspicious day of Navami. Today is Bhagavan Ramachandra Prabhu's avatara dina. That's why we celebrate Navami, is it? This very concept of avataram or incarnation of Bhagavan, of God, can be found only in Sanatana Dharma. No other religion accepts that Bhagavan comes down, is it not? This avatara, incarnation, these concepts you can't find in any other religion. It's there only in Sanatana Dharma. It is said that Bhagavan does this avatara out of absolute compassion. They generally attribute this story to Akbar and Birbal. We don't know how far that's true, but because we all know Akbar and Birbal, we'll keep the story as Akbar and Birbal itself. So we'll also remember it. It seems once Akbar, he had this doubt. He said, in none of the other religions, we have incarnations of Bhagavan. But in your religion, you say that you have, Bhagavad Avatara. And you say Dashavatara. Sometimes you say there are 24 avatars, 28 avatars. There is, Bhagavan says, Avatara hi asankhyeya. You cannot count the number of avatars that Bhagavan has done. It is innumerable. As a matter of fact, Bhagavan says that when each of us do dhyana of Bhagavan, we have not seen Bhagavan. Is it not? So when we close our eyes and when we want to think of Krishna or Rama or any Ishtadevata, what would we do? One thing that we can do is look at the photo or the painting that we have and try to bring that in our mind. Or when we have a Vigraha, we try to bring that form in our mind. But even when we try to do that, it's not exactly the form that we see. Is it not? When our mind thinks of it thinks of it in its own way. It's not exactly how the artist drew it or the sculptor has sculpted it. Is it not? And every time we do that dhyana, and when we have a siddhi of that dhyana, what happens is Bhagavan reveals himself to us in that form in which we meditate upon him. So whatever you imagine Bhagavan to be, he can come in that form. So Bhagavatam says, Yadyadhiya, in whichever way our intellect perceives Bhagavan, Bhagavan will take an avatara to come in that form. That's why when a little boy called Dhruva, he was 5 years old, when he did tapas, he imagined Bhagavan in a particular form. His Guru Narada taught him to think of Bhagavan in a particular form. And when Bhagavan wanted to give him darshan, when he came, Bhagavan was very particular to dress up like how Dhruva was imagined. Because he was worried that if he comes in any other form, Dhruva will say, "You are not Bhagavan." So Bhagavan takes care that he comes in the form that we want to see him in. So whatever you imagine, of course it should be, scripturally correct. Though we don't know how Bhagavan looks, we know that if it is Krishna, he has a flute in his hand, he has a peacock feather, he has Tribangi Murti where, he has 3 turns in his body, he has his legs crossed. So these things are there in scripture, so we know that's how we have to think of Bhagavan. And if you think of Srinivasa Perumal, we know Shankha Chakra. We remember, and Bhagavan's Abhayasta or Varadhasta, depending on which Srinivasa Perumal we're thinking of. So all these things are there in scriptures. All we have to do is be careful enough to think only in those lines. The rest of it Bhagavan will take care. He will come. He is capable of taking any form. So he will come and give us darshan in any form that we want to see him in. So Akbar had this doubt that how come in your religion you have so many avatars? We believe in a religion that Bhagavan is all powerful, that he is omniscient, omnipresent, and he is, omnipotent. So whatever problem there is in the world, can't your Bhagavan solve it right from his abode, wherever it is, Vaikuntha, Kailasa, whatever you say? Why does he have to come down to this earth every time? Why should he do an avatara at all? And Birbal sometimes does not give a reply immediately. He says, give me time, I'll tell you, because this needs explanation. I need time, to get this to you. So Akbar was very, very happy because usually Birbal always has an answer. And this time, he thought he has somehow caught Birbal he has cornered Birbal Birbal can't say anything. But Birbal had his own plan. A few days passed by and Birbal didn't come up with any reply to this question yet. And it so happened that now and then, being a king, Akbar used to take a boat and go on a cruise, in Yamuna with his family. Now and then he would do that as a jolly trip. One such occasion, Akbar decided to take his family, and it is believed that he had a very small child then. And the queens and everyone, they all went on this cruise. And as usual, Birbal was there. And Birbal, out of ordinarily, he went to the Antapura, the palace of the queen, and he insisted that he will take care of the child of Akbar. And the queen said, no, I will take care. He said, no, you please enjoy the trip. I will take care of the child. And he picked the child and he was bringing it, and Akbar was very pleased. Akbar said, Birbal, whose child is it? Can't you see it is your child, Maharaj? I am having your child, I will take care of him, you all have a nice time. Akbar was extremely pleased that Birbal is taking care of my child. And they were all, going in Yamuna. And when the boat reached the middle of Yamuna, what Birbal did, Birbal threw the child in the water. And Akbar panicked. Within seconds, when he saw what happened, he didn't throw it. It looked as if it slipped and it fell. And Akbar panicked and he jumped right behind and he got the child up only to see it was only a doll. It was not a real child. Imagine how furious Akbar would be. He got so angry, he called Birbal and he was dripping wet with a doll in his hand. He said, how dare you told me that it is my child? And now it's only a doll. You know how I panicked when you drop it into the water? And Birbal was already on his knees. He said, Maharaj, please excuse me. But remember you asked me a question. So this is the reply to that question. Akbar said, what question, what answer? I don't understand. He said, remember you asked me why your Bhagavan comes down to this earth again and again as an incarnation? This is the answer for that. How is this an answer? See, when your child was dropped into the Yamuna river like that, you are a king, is it not? All you had to do was order people to jump into the water and get the child out. Why did you not do that? You have so many people here, you could have just ordered us and we would have jumped in and got the child out, is it not? Why did you have to jump? He said, are you a fool? It's my child. At least I thought so. I didn't know it was at all. When it is your child, don't even think about it, is it not? If a child falls in a ditch, will the mother think, I'll become dirty, you wait there, I'll bring somebody. She won't do that, is it not? She can't even think about any, sanitizing or hygiene or anything at that moment. All she can see is that the child is in and she has to go and help. And Birbal said, that is how our Bhagavan is. We believe Bhagavan is only one. Though I say my Bhagavan, your Bhagavan, there is only one Bhagavan, is it not? So Birbal said, our Bhagavan jumps into the samsara when he sees his children, all of us, caught in the samsara. So to help us, Bhagavan cannot wait. So he himself, he is capable of sending people, he is capable of saving us from where he is. But in spite of that, he wants to come down, be with us and help us out. No, that is the compassion of Bhagavan. See, usually, people always move from a lower comfort zone to a higher comfort zone. Is it not? That is how it's always been. There were days when people used to, when people used to live in villages. And they were pretty happy living in villages, having a simple life. But then they wanted more comfort. So many people started migrating to towns and cities. At least in South India, I have seen this very much. You have a lot of people in villages and then they move to Chennai, Madras, in Tamil Nadu. And because they believe that in city or town, you will be more comfortable. There will be more facilities. And then what they do? They don't stay there. There was a time when it was very popular for people to move from South India to North India or Mumbai very specifically. They'd go there because Mumbai was supposed to be more modern and more comfortable than even being in South India. So people started moving there. And then people started going out of country like Dubai and all. And now we know where we are. We're sitting and talking in some other country, right? Why did we all move like this? Seeking comforts. That's how, is it not? And that is the real reason. We may not like it when you think about it now, but that is what it is it not? But imagine, Bhagavan is in the most comfortable place called Vaikunta. There is nothing, his abode is full of peace, full of love, and there is no negativity there at all. such a divine place, but Bhagavan, out of his compassion, leaves that place and descends to our filthy homes. Is it not? He comes down to this earth, which is not a very peaceful place, which is not a very comfortable place for Bhagavan. In spite of it, he comes down. Generally, our nature is to move towards comfort, but Bhagavan gives up all the comfort for our sake. And he comes down. And that is why it is called avatarana. Avatarana means from a higher place, he is coming to a lower place. It is a descent. Why? He descends so that he can help us ascend to that Vaikuntha. To take us there, Bhagavan comes down. That is the purpose of Bhagavan's avatara. And specifically, today is Rama Navami, and Sri Rama Prabhu's avatara is very, very unique. Every Mahatma has claimed that amongst all the avataras, there is no avatara equal to or greater than Ramavatara. That's the beauty of Ramavatara. Who says this? See, someone who is already a Rama Bhakta would always say that. Because they are Rama Bhaktas, that's what they will say. Is it not? But even Shukacharya, who is actually a Krishna Bhakta, he speaks only of Krishna, he speaks only Bhagavatam. In Bhagavatam, there are 2 chapters which talk about Ramayana. The entire Ramayana is found in Srimad Bhagavatam in 2 chapters. And in those 2 chapters, Shukacharya says, Adhika Samya Vimukta Dhamna. He says that there is no avatara that's greater than or equal to Ramavatara. And that is why everybody quotes Shuka. When Yaga Swamigal sings his Kirtan on Ramachandra Prabhu, you know how he starts? Shukanutaye Dina Bandhave Namo Namo Sakala Lokadaya Sindhave Namo Namo Raghavaya Anisham Namo Namo Raghavaya. He says Shukanutaya Dina Bandhave. Shuka is Krishna Bhakta. But Tyara Swamigal says that Krishna Bhakta himself salutes only to you, Rama. That is your greatness. That is his greatness. Why? In Bhagavatam there is a stuti which is sung by Hanumanji. It comes in a very rare place in 5th canto in Bhagavatam. There is a description of geography. All the dvipas and all. And of course the names will be different. And in Kim Purusha Varsha, it is said that even today Hanumanji resides there singing Rama Kirtana, Ramanama Sankirtana and reading Ramayana and telling Ramayana. In that Kim Purusha Varsha, our Hanumanji does stuti of Bhagavan every day. In that he says, Martyavatarastviha Martya Shikshanam Rakshovadhayaiva Kevalam Vibho. Why did Bhagavan incarnate as Sri Ramachandra Prabhu? He says it was not to just kill Ravana. That's not the purpose of Ramachandra Prabhu's avatara. But the real purpose is Martyavataraha tu iha Martya Shikshanam. Martya means people who would die. That is the literal meaning. Mortals. We say mortals, is it not? The Sanskrit word for mortal is Martya, which means human beings. So he says, Martya, Bhagavan took the form of a mortal human being to teach us, mankind, how to be a human in the first place. Forget about spirituality. Forget about being divine. We should first be a normal human being. Na? There is a Dharma which defines a human being. See, what is Dharma? When we say Dharma, the term has many connotations. But the simplest form of Dharma is that which is our nature. That's only Dharma. And if we behave against our nature, we are going against Dharma. Simple example to understand this, the nature of a flower is fragrance. The nature of a dog is to bark. So if we talk like barking, next Janma Bhagavan will say instead of talking, you are barking very well. So you can be born as a dog itself. Because if we are capable of a higher nature, if we don't achieve that higher nature while we have the potential, Bhagavan will feel why waste this potential in him, let us give him a lower Janma which that will be enough for him. That's what will happen. So Bhagavan's avatar as Ramachandra Prabhu was for the purpose of teaching us what a human being should be like. How they should follow Dharma. The problem is, all of us know Dharma. All of us know what is good, what is bad, what is right from wrong. We all know that. The problem comes when we are faced with a choice and a conflict. We will always choose comfort over the right thing. Is it not? And we won't stop there. We will justify it. Say there is a speed limit, right? And it says 55 miles per hour on the road. Now there are a few of them who are going in 70. Now I go in 70 because I say everybody is going, so I am going. But why can't you follow the rule? But we want to compromise. Is it not? And we feel justified about it because we say that anyway, if he had been in this position, he would have done the same thing. We give that example, is it not? If you know, I want to say the truth, but what to do? I can't. Because you don't know, my marriage won't understand. No, we justify it. That is what we do, is it not? So Ramachandra Prabhu came down to show that in spite of all that's happening in your life, to you and around you, you can still stick to Dharma. And if you can do that, someday people will call you Bhagavan. That's why when Ramachandra Prabhu's avatara happened, till the end of his avatara, Bhagavan refused to accept to be addressed as Bhagavan. He said, you should not call me Bhagavan. I am not Bhagavan. Even Brahmaji comes and tells him, no, you are Narayana. He says, no, I am Dasaratha Putra. Why? Because Bhagavan is very particular that the moment you tell everyone that I am Bhagavan, people will say, oh, Rama followed it because he was Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, no, I came as a human being, I suffered as a human being. Nobody can suffer as much as Ramachandra Prabhu. He himself designed his charitra in such a way that all of us would cry when we listen to his charitra. Is it not? As a matter of fact, in Mahabharata, when Yudhishthira is faced with lot of sufferings, he loses in the gambling, then they are all exiled to the forest. While in the forest, there are days when Yudhishthira feels very, very, very depressed. And Markandeya Maharishi comes to his aid at that time. And he asks Markandeya Maharishi that why am I suffering like this? Has anyone ever suffered as much as I have suffered? Markandeya Maharishi said, I will tell you a story about somebody who suffered much more than you. And he told Ramayana to Yudhishthira. Because nobody has suffered like Ramachandra Prabhu. Why? Because Bhagavan designed his charitra like that to show that in spite of suffering, in spite of everything being against us, we can still stick to Dharma if we want to. No, it's not impossible. It's possible. But you have to have the strength. That's why if you look at it, every Ramayana that is written, and there are lots of Ramayana. Ramayana itself is translated in every language that is known in the world. That's how famous it is. But not just the translations, we have many versions of Ramayana. Valmiki Ramayana is the basic first Ramayana. And everything is based on Valmiki Ramayana. Then we have Tulsi Ramayana, Kamba Ramayana, and we have a Raghuvamsha of Kalidasa. No, we have so many Adhyatma Ramayana, Ananda Ramayana. There are so many Ramayanas. Everybody wrote all these Ramayanas, is it not? But look at it, everybody has focused on Bhagavan's avatara, Sita Kalyana, and immediately, Pattabhishekam being decided, and then Vanavasa, and the entire Ramayana is only Vanavasa. Even in Valmiki Ramayana, Bala Kandam very quickly gives us Jananam, Sita Kalyana. And once that is over, Ayodhya Kanda itself, the drama begins. From there itself, the drama begins, the suffering begins. And then from then on, the entire Ramayana till Pattabhishekam is described. Right? But if you think about it, Ramachandra Prabhu himself says, do you know how long Ramachandra Prabhu lived in this world? Dasha Varsha Sahasrani Dasha Varsha Shatani Cha, which is 11,000 years. That's how long Sri Ramachandra Prabhu blessed this bhumi. Right? In those 11,000 years, Bhagavan was exiled only for 14 years. So think about it. Like he lived a very long life. In that he suffered only for those 14 years. Of course, towards it again he suffered when he had to send away Sita Mata. But the entire focus of every Ramayana is only those 14 years. Nobody speaks about the time. As a matter of fact, even those 14 years didn't happen. After Sita Kalyanam, they are very happily living in Ayodhya for 12 years. There is no description of those happy days in any Ramayana. Nowhere can you find it. And after they come back, for many, many years they had a very nice happy life. Not described anywhere. Why? Why is the focus only on those 14 years? Because that is when Bhagavan suffered the most. Everything was against him. Imagine his father called him and told him that tomorrow he will be coronated as the Yuvaraja. And Ramachandra Prabhu was excited about it. He was very happy about it. He was expecting it. Next day morning, when Sumatra comes and calls him, even then Ramachandra Prabhu is assuming that he is being called for coronation. He has no clue about what has transpired the whole night. That Kaikeyi has claimed her boon. He does not know that at all. He is actually hoping that he will be coronated, that is going to be Pattabhishekam. As a matter of fact, he tells Sita Mata. Sita Mata is about to leave with him. He says, you are not being invited. I don't know why. But for Pattabhishekam, you have to be invited. I will go and see the arrangements. Then I will send word during Pattabhishekam, you come. That's what he says. So clearly. He is expecting it. And then he goes there, he is in for a shock. And Kaikeyi very casually says, you are not going to be coronated. Bharata is going to be coronated. And not just that, you can't even be here. You have to go to the forest for 14 years. Bhagavan accepted it. Instantly. That is the first step in everybody's life. One thing we have to learn from Ramachandra Prabhu is acceptance. Because there is a very nice saying in English. He said, don't fight with reality. You lose only 100% of the time. Is it not? See, if you are stuck in a traffic jam, how much ever you bang your horn or you get irritated, nothing is going to change. It will be cleared when it will be cleared. Is it not? So if you go to bang against a wall, it's useless. All you have to do is accept the situation and see what to do. Ramachandra Prabhu always does that. Whatever happens, he accepts it at that moment. And then starts, the moment you accept it, you are able to think of the future in a very different light. So he says, I am happy to be in the Vana. I am happy to be in the forest. And Bhagavan is about to leave. Right? So, from that moment, nothing was easy in his life. But he sticks to Dharma. One example for his sticking to Dharma in spite of whatever happened in his life was very simple. When Bhagavan was exiled like this, he went and told Kausalya Mata, and then she cried, he consoled him. He went to Sita Mata, she didn't cry, she was very happy. She said, very good, I'll also come. She was very excited about it. So she also joined him, and Lakshmana said, I am also coming. And then Sita Mata, Lakshmana and Ramachandra Prabhu, they again went back to Dasaratha to take leave. This is where you see the greatness of Rama. You know what Bhagavan does? Dasaratha, when he looks at Ramachandra Prabhu and Sita Mata and Lakshmana, and that they are going to leave, and he sees that, he is so pained. He is so pained. He is not able to do anything because he has given the word to Kaikeyi, and he has to hold on to that Satya, so he can't do anything about it. But he does not want Rama to go. What can he do? He looks at Rama and he says, you know what? He says, Rama, this is completely wrong. This can't be happening. You do one thing, throw me in jail and coronate yourself. He says that. Dasaratha says, throw me in jail and you coronate. What would we do? Pitruvake paripalanam. And instantly throw father in the jail, is it not? Ramachandra Prabhu was not like that. He knew the Dharma Sukshma. He knew the intricacies of Dharma, the subtleties of Dharma. So he said, Appa, I understand what you are trying to do. You will not break your promise. See, he is not telling, Rama, let me forget my promise, I will coronate you. He is not saying that. He is telling that I will not give up my promise. Instead, you break the promise and you throw me in jail. And you do it. He said, I am not that son. I am your son and I will also not break the promise. See, we generally choose a loophole if we have an advantage there. Is it not? We'll figure it out and we'll do it. But Bhagavan, in spite of somebody giving him the loophole, Dasaratha himself saying that get coronated, Bhagavan didn't choose that. No, that is where he shows that you can stand in Dharma, you can walk the path of Dharma in spite of everything. That's the beauty. That's why his avatara is so unique. It says, Martyavatarastuiha Martya Shikshana. And this avatar of Bhagavan, every avatar of Bhagavan, is it's only a prayer that triggers the compassion of Bhagavan and he incarnates. It's always a prayer. Somebody suffers because of somebody else and Devas will go and pray to Bhagavan. Every avatara would happen like that. Asuras are hurting us, so Bhagavan will take an avatara. Hiranyakashipu is hurting us, then Bhagavan will take an avatara. This is how it is always. And Ramavatara also happened only as a result of a prayer. This was also a prayer by only Devas. They were only suffering here also. See, this happened when Dasaratha was ruling Kosala Desha and the capital was Ayodhya. And the descriptions of Kosala Desha and Ayodhya are so beautiful in both Valmiki Ramayana and Kamba Ramayana and Tulsi Ramayana, all the three, as a matter of fact. It's very beautiful. Entire Ayodhya, entire Kosala Desha, it was, flourishing and very prosperous. That's how it was. It was on the banks of Sarayu Nadi. And Dasaratha was called Dasaratha because he was a Chakravarti, which means though he was ruling only Kosala Desha, he was the ruler of the entire Bharata Bhumi and every king was under him. That's how he was. Dasaratha means his chariot would go in 10 directions, it seems. Which means he had won over every direction. No, that's how he was a great leader. And everything was flourishing. Ramayana says, Na Kundali, Na Makuti. If you walk on the streets of Ayodhya, you will not know who is the king and who is the peasant. Everybody will be having a beautiful crown. They'll all be wearing, golden kundalas. Everybody will be dressed like a king. That's how they were. That's how rich everybody was. Kamban Talvar, he has written Ramayana in Tamil. In that he says that there were no one in Ayodhya who was a Dana Prabhu. You cannot find one person who would do charity there. It seems a very negative thing, is it not? He says because there is no one who can get charity. Everybody is so rich there that you cannot, there is nobody, only if somebody is in need, you can give something to them. Na? Nobody is in need. Everybody is like a king. That's how prosperous Ayodhya was. Everything was very happy, everything was nice and happy. And Dasaratha was ruling for 60,000 years. And everything was fine. But in these 60,000 years, he did not have a child. That was the only, qualm that he had. Everything else was fine. So one day he went to his Rajaguru, Vasishta Maharishi, and he told him, Sutartam tapyamanasya nasti vamshakaras sutaha mamalalapyamanasya sutartam nasti vaisukam tadartam hayamedhena yakshyamiti matirmama. One day he was very worried that it's been so many years and he does not have any child. So he went and he asked his guru, Vasishta Maharishi. He said, I'm thinking, let us do Ashwamedha Yaga. As a part of Ashwamedha Yaga, it is a Dharma. You can do Putra Kameshti Yaga. So with that Yaga, maybe we'll get a child. So he went to Vasishta and he said, let us do Ashwamedha Yaga. When Vasishta Maharishi heard him say that, he was so happy. He said, see, usually when people involve themselves in spiritual life in some form, right? Say you start coming to a satsang or you start going to temple regularly and maybe you have just started doing it, Not that you are atheist, you have always been astika, but someday suddenly it strikes you that from now on every week I will go to temple and you are going regularly. And after you start doing it for a month or two, say something bad happens in your family. Something your child becomes sick or there's a sudden accident or suddenly you lose a job. You know what a common man would generally do? They'll stop going to temple. Because that's the first thing. See, I've been going to temple every week. This is what Bhagavan does to me. Is it not? See, Sanatana Dharma, the very concept of puja and going to temple, etc. is based on gratitude. We have totally twisted it to make it a business deal. Whenever we go to temple, whenever we go to Bhagavan, we have a big list. Our Guru Maharaj in a very light vein, he would say, the list of wants that we have is usually longer than Sahasranama. Archana that we do for Bhagavan. The priest will be doing Archana, we will be doing another Archana. Separately. A very long list of, I want this, I want that. But how Sanatana Dharma is based on the worship and the puja that we speak of is based on gratitude. It's a thanksgiving. Why do we go to temple? Why do we do puja? Why do we light a lamp every day in our house? Why do we offer flowers? We do all that because we tell Bhagavan, thank you for giving me this life. Thank you for giving me these hands. Thank you for giving me the buddhi to take a flower and offer it in your feet. It's a thanksgiving for the blessings that Bhagavan has already showered upon us. Everything else that Bhagavan gives us is only extra. Is it not? He has already done so much for us. That is how we are taught. Why do we chant shloka? Why do we go to temple? Why do we do namaskara? Because Bhagavan has given us everything, we go and thank Him. That is Bhagavata Dharma. It's based on only thanksgiving. Is it not? But sometimes we totally forget it. And when something is not going the way we want it to go in our life, the first thing we'll drop off is Dharma. The first thing we'll say, many people have this question. Many people have this question when we go to corporates, they say, they'll come and ask this to us personally. They say, I slog and I'm very honest. I work very hard. I do all this. And I know my colleague who lies through his teeth and he is always only impressing people. That's what he does and doesn't do any work. That guy gets all the promotion, I don't get anything. He gets all the good appraisal, I don't get anything. Why should I be honest? Why should I follow Dharma? When somebody who is not following Dharma is much better than me, why should I follow Dharma? Is it not? The problem is we think if you follow Dharma, we should be rewarded. That idea is very wrong. Let me correct it for you. It's very wrong. I'll give you a simple example, you will understand very easily. Say I have been living for 43 years now, right? And if I tell you that in these 43 years, I have never killed anybody, will you award me for that? Should I expect you to award me for, not killing, not murdering anybody? It is expected of me not to do that, is it not? But if I do something like that, I will be punished. Dharma is like that. Dharma is, you have to follow it because you will be rewarded for that. That is your nature, that's how you should be. But if you are not like that, then see, same example. You go on the road, if you go in 55, the police won't stop you to give you $100. He say, very good, you have been, you have maintained the speed, I will reward you. He doesn't do that. But if you don't follow it, you will be fined. You understand Dharma? That is what is Dharma. So don't expect to be rewarded in a different way. The reward for Dharma is that we are dharmic. Being dharmic itself is a reward. It's something that you can understand internally. The peace that you feel internally. The divinity that you feel internally. You follow Dharma, you will get that. That cannot be matched by any amount of zeros behind your check. Is it not? That is the beauty of it. So here, Vasishtha Maharishi was very happy because though Dasaratha had done so many dharma karya, he had not had child till now. But he was still not frustrated about it. Even now, after 60,000 years, he comes to Vasishtha and he says, let us do another yaga. Vasishtha says, I am so happy. You still have faith in Dharma. You still want to follow Dharma. We will certainly do. And don't worry, you will be blessed with a child. His guru gives him that Ashirvada. He blesses him like that. And why? Because he knows, Vasishtha Maharishi is a jnani. And he knows that Bhagavan has a sankalpa to incarnate. And Bhagavan has decided, he has chosen Dasaratha as his father. That is how lucky Dasaratha was. Pitaram rochayamasa tata Dasaratham drupam. Ramayana says that Bhagavan desired Dasaratha to be his father. So Vasishtha Maharishi knew that and he said, you will certainly have a child, don't worry about it. Should not. And that's why he says, Yasyate dharmiki buddhihi yam putra samagataha sarvata prapsate putrane abhipretasha parthiva. Because Bhagavan has picked you as a father, you will certainly have a child, don't worry about it. And when they were discussing about doing this Ashwamedha Yaga, one of the 8 ministers of Dasaratha was Sumantra. And Sumantra, he came and he told that, I remember, I have heard from my Guru Sanakadis that a great Mahatma called Rishi Shringa will come and he will be the one to officiate this sacrifice, and when he officiates it, Dasaratha will have a child. Imagine, this Sumantra knew this for many years. He never told. I guess everything happens only when the time is right for it. Otherwise it doesn't happen. Because Sumantra always knew that Rishi Shringa should come to officiate a sacrifice for Dasaratha to have a child. But this happened only 60,000 years after, not before that. Dasaratha was very happy, and Rishi Shringa was the son-in-law of the king of the neighboring state, and the king was called Romapada. And Romapada was a very good friend of Dasaratha. As a matter of fact, Dasaratha, we can't say he didn't have children. He had a child. It was a daughter, and she was called Shanta. And he gave that daughter in adoption to Romapada because he wanted a child. Romapada asked for Shanta to be taken as his daughter, and Dasaratha gave that daughter in adoption. So technically, Rishishanga married that Shanta, who was actually the daughter of Dasaratha. And Rishishanga himself was a great sadhu. He was a great rishi. His father Vibhandaka had a very unique desire. Usually what the parents will want, they'll want the children to study well, earn well, get married, have a family, is it not? This Vibhandaka Muni was very unique in that he thought that my child should be like Shukacharya. He should not get married. He should not see women in his life at all. He should be a brahmachari. See, but such things does not happen by our wish. No, it should be written. Being married, not married, being spiritual, everything, it comes through karma only. No? So Rishishanga had a big role to play in avatara, in Bhagavan's avatara. So how can he not be married? He has to get married. So Ramapada, there was a period in Angadesha where Ramapada was ruling, when there was no rain at all. So someone told him that if Rishishanga steps inside this Angadesha, it will start raining. Right? As a matter of fact, it is true that if Mahatmas are away from a land for a very long time, it won't rain. And when a Mahatma comes there, the land will be blessed with rain. It happened once in Tamil Nadu, where there lived a great Mahatma who was a contemporary. We were all so blessed to be even breathing in the same air when he was there. And he was very, very fondly called as Paramacharya and popularly known as Mahaperiva, or he was the sage of Kanchi. He was a pontiff in Kanchi Kamakoti Peeta, the Shankaracharya Peeta, very, very famously called Mahaperiva. He used to tour a lot, he used to go out of his mata a lot. And once, for a very long time, he was in Andhra. He was camping in Andhra for a very long time. And that was a period when in Tamil Nadu, it was not raining for a very long time. All the time it was not raining at all. And this is not publicly known, but the close Kinkaras later have told us that at that time, the chief minister of Tamil Nadu actually went and personally invited Mahaperiva. He said, please come back to Tamil Nadu because we are not having rains. And Periva obliged and he returned from the camp. And the moment he entered the border of Tamil Nadu, he stepped into it, it started raining. So when Mahatma's lotus feet touches the bhumi, it blesses us like that, is it not? So Rishishanga was also, though he was in the forest and he was practicing penance and he was such a great ascetic, Ramapada tricked him by sending some dancers and courtesans, and he had no clue who they were, and they invited him to their ashrama. He thought he's going to their ashrama. He entered Angadesha, and that's how it started raining. And Ramapada got him married to his daughter, and that Rishishanga Maharishi was invited by Dasaratha Maharaja to do the Yaga, the Ashwamedha Yaga. Rishishangaji also, he immediately agreed to it, and he came to Ayodhya and he started performing the sacrifice, the Ashwamedha Yaga. See, whenever you do Yaga, whether we see it or not, when we offer all the havis, in the Havan, when we do that, Devas come and accept it. Some people may think that we are throwing everything into the fire. No, there are people who say instead of throwing it in the fire, you can give it to somebody, it will be useful and all. We have to understand that we are actually giving it to somebody. And the Devas are accepting it. We can't see it. Our Guru Maharaj would give a very beautiful example to understand why we throw these things in fire. We are not throwing it, that is the medium through which they can accept. Simple example Guru Maharaj would give is, you go to temples in Tamil Nadu, I've not seen that much in north. But in many places in Tamil Nadu, you will have a temple tank. A pond, temple pond. There will be water in it. It will be some tirtham, right? And sometimes you go there and whenever you want to feed a fish in the water, where do you throw the food? Do you throw it in the land and say fish and come and eat? Can you do that? Will that work? If you throw the food in the water, you say you are wasting it because you throw it in the water? No, is it not? Fish is born in water, it lives in water, it eats in water, that's where it can eat. So if you have to feed a fish, you have to throw it in the water. That's what you have to do. Similarly, Devas are born from fire. They are Tejomaya. And they merge in the fire. That is their nature. So, if you have to offer food to them or any article, it can be done only through fire. That's why you offer it in fire. A very simple logic it is. So, when you offer like that, Devas should come and accept it, is it not? When our Rishishringa was doing this yaga, Devas were trying to come, but they could not come because Ravana was not letting him come. They were also frightened of Ravana. Then they didn't come. They all gathered somewhere in the mid-air and they were discussing about what to do. No, we have to somehow go to that yaga. We are not able to go. And they all want to pray to Bhagavan and they are wondering how to do. It is said that at that time Lord Shiva came there and he said, why are you searching for Bhagavan? Bhagavan is there everywhere. Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana Prem Te Pragati Hoi Main Jana Des Kaal Disi Iti Sihumahi Kaho Kaha Jaha Prabhu Nahi. Says, tell me where Bhagavan is not there. Bhagavan is there everywhere. Where there is love, Bhagavan reveals himself. Premate Prakati Hoi Main Jana. So all you have to do is call him lovingly, he will come. And the moment they realized it, Bhagavan appeared before them very beautifully. Etasmin Nantare Vishnu Upayato Mahadyutihi Shanka Chakra Gadapanihi Pitavasa Jagatpatihi Vainateyam Samaruhya Bhaskara Toyadam Yatha Tapta Hataka Keyuro Vandyamana Surottamaihi. Bhagavan gave them darshan right there in the Akasha and they all did namaskara to Bhagavan and it is stuti, very beautiful stuti. Jaya Jaya Suranayaka Jana Sukhadayaka Pranata Pala Bhagavanta Godvijahitakari Jaya Surari Sindhu Suta Priyakanta Palana Suradharani Adbhuta Karani Paramana Janahi Koi Jo Sahaja Kripala Dina Dayala Karau Anugraha Soi Jaya Jaya Suranayaka. They all did namaskar to Bhagavan and they all prayed. They said, we are all suffering because of this Ravana. We can't even go and accept the havis that is being offered to us in sacrifice. You have to Tvam Gatihi Paramadeva Sarvesham Parantapaha. You are our Gati, we all surrender unto you. Please protect us. And when they said that, Bhagavan immediately gave them abhayam. Bhayam Kyajata Badram Te Hitatam Yudhiravanam Sa Putra Pautra Samatyam. He says, don't worry, you are all protected. I will kill that Ravana, I will kill not just him. Sa Putra Pautra Samatyam. I will kill his children, I will kill his grandchildren, I will kill everybody. All his ministers, entire army. He says all that. Then he says, by the way, who is Ravana? Though Bhagavan is Sarvagya, he pretends as if he doesn't know. Before even knowing who he is, because they said, he is troubling them, Bhagavan gave abhayam first. He said, I will kill him. Now tell me who he is. And they also said, he is in Lanka, he is a Lanka Adhipati and all. So Bhagavan said, don't worry, I will be in this bhumi for 11,000 years and I will see to it that it is taken care, that Ravana is killed. And Bhagavan disappeared. And all the Devas are very, very happy. But Brahmaji said, no, all of you, you can't, you have given a work to Bhagavan. You can't lax, you can't sit and sleep. In Devaloka, all of you have to go to Bhuloka. You should incarnate before Bhagavan and set things ready. For this avatara work to happen, you have to get things ready. And Brahma says, don't worry, I also won't be idle, I am coming down as Jambavan. So it was Brahmaji who came as Jambavan. And Vayu, he said, I am coming as Hanuman. Lord Shiva said that, I will also come as Hanuman. So Hanumanji has two amshas. It is Lord Shiva who came as Vayu Putra. So Hanuman has the amsha of both Rudramsha and Vayu amsha. Just like how Arjuna has the amsha of both Indra and Nara. Of Naranarayana, Arjuna is Nara and Krishna is Narayana. But not just that, he was Indra Putra. So he had the amsha of both, which means he has the power of both. He is both Putra. And similarly, Vishwakarma, the architect, the celestial architect came as Nalan. Agni Bhagavan himself came as Neelan. Surya Bhagavan himself came as Sugriva. And actually, very unfortunate, Indra only came as Vali. But he did not place himself properly. See, in the stage drama, everybody is given a role. If somebody messes up, they will kill that character. Is it not? Because he has forgotten the dialogue, he doesn't know, so this character is a headache. So halfway through, they will change, narration will change, they say, you are dead, come out. You will spoil the drama. That's how Vali had to be turned out, because Unfortunately, he sided with Ravana. He totally forgot that he should be in Rama's side. He befriended Ravana. Though Vali, he does say, when Bhagavan kills him, Vali says, why did you have to kill me? All you have to do is, tell me, and if I go to Ravana, you would have given Sita. He says that in the deathbed. But the fact is, if Bhagavan had not killed him, Vali would have sided only with Ravana. He wouldn't have sided with Bhagavan because Bhagavan had Sugriva on his side. And Vali hated Sugriva. So he would have chosen only Ravana. So Bhagavan did not want to waste, then if Vali goes there, the Vanaras will have to go there. It's a big mess. So Bhagavan thought, okay, remove the character. He is spoiling the story. So he just moved the character out. That's how it happened. So everybody is an avatara. That is why you see in Kishkinda Kanda, they are supposed to be monkeys. Is it not? But when Lakshmana goes there, everybody is very beautiful. It is Icha Rupam. When they come out, they will be like monkeys. But inside they will be in the Devata forms. They were all Devas like that. In Ramayana, it's very beautiful. So at the end of this Yaga, finally, the Yaga was over. And from the Yaga Kunda, a Divya Purusha, a person with a divine form, he came out. And he had a small vessel in his hand. It was a golden vessel. And it had a divine porridge, sweet porridge, kheer, payasam in that. Divya payasa sampurnam patrim patnim iva priyam pragrahya vipulam dodbhyam swayam mayamayim iva. And our Dasaratha Maharaja, he took that payasam, and obviously Kausalya as the first one, is it not? So he gave half of it to her. And then from the other half, he gave a bit to Sumitra. Second he gave to Sumitra. Then again, from the rest of it, again half he gave it to Kaikeyi. And he thought for a moment. And then he gave the rest of it again to Sumitra. Since he gave to Kausalya first and then Sumitra, and again to Kaikeyi and then Sumitra, Sumitra had two children. And these two children, one of them was always with Kausalya Putra and the other was always with Kaikeyi Putra. So it was as if Sumitra's children were born to serve Bhagavan and Bhakta. Because Bhagavan Ramchandra Prabhu was served by Lakshmana, and the greatest Bhagavata in Ramayana is Bharatalvar, and he was served by Shatrughna. Lakshmana and Shatrughna were brothers. All the four are brothers, but they were born to Sumitra. And it is also said that Dasharatha gave to Sumitra because she was only near. In the final part was there, only she was near, so without any politics he gave it to her. So nobody has any fight over it. And after this payasam is given, exactly 1 year after that, the children are born, and the beauty is the Yaga and the payasam, the giving of payasam comes in the 16th chapter in Bala Kanda in Ramayana. 16 itself marks Poornimaji. Since Bhagavan is a Poornimaji, it is said in 16th. And Bhagavan's avatara is given in the 18th chapter. 18, according to Sanskrit, Katapayadi Sankhya. Katapayadi Sankhya is where in Sanskrit, we were so intelligent, our seers, they have given numbers to letters. So every letter has a number. And you have to read the number in the reverse way. That's what Katapayadi Sankhya. And for Jaya, victory, the number is 18. That's why everything is 18. Bhagavad Gita is 18 chapters. In Tamil Nadu, we celebrate something called Adi Perukku, 18 Perukku. It's again 18. Everything is only 18. We have 18 Puranas, 18 Upapuranas. Everything is given like that. Similarly, here in the 18th chapter, which is Jayam, we have Bhagavan's avatara in Sukla Paksha Navami. It was a Budhavara. It is Thursday today, but when Bhagavan was born, it was Wednesday, it was a Budhavara. The Muhurta was Abhijit Muhurta. The Nakshatra was today's Nakshatra, Punarvasu Nakshatra. Tato yagye samapte tu rutunam shatsamatyayo. Tatascha dvadashe mase chaitre navamike tithau. Nakshatre aditi daivatye socha samsteshu panchasu. Graheshu karkate lagne vapatau indunasah. Prodhyamane jagannatham sarvaloka namaskritam. Kausalya janayadramam divya lakshana samyutam. Bhagavan's avatara happened on this Rama Navami day, and the next day was Pusha Nakshatra. That's when Bharata was born, and the day next to it was Ahalya Nakshatra. That is when we had Lakshmana and Shatrughna who were born. Bharatalvar is an avatara of Panchajanya, Bhagavan's conch. Bharatalvar is the avatar of conch. Shatrughna is the avatar of Bhagavan's chakra, Sudarshana. That's why he's all, he's very, very angry. Always, he's very fiery, And Lakshmana is the avatar of Bhagavan's Adisesha. And he is also very biting and hissing, always. You can find that. It is in nature. It is in their nature. So all the 4 children are born. But Lakshmana was extremely close to Ramchandra Prabhu. Look at it. The order of birth. How do we always say the 4 of them? Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. Is it not? But the order of birth is not like that. Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna. Bharata was elder to Lakshmana and Shatrughna. He was between Rama and, he was right next to Rama. But whenever we say Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. Is it not? Because Lakshmana was very close to Ramchandra. Vahiprana. So many times in Ramayana, Valmiki ji says that he was like Rama's prana externally. It is like, the oxygen cylinder we carry with us. Lakshmana was like that. He was a Vahiprana for Rama. That's how close they were. And all these 4 children, they were born so very beautifully. And all the mothers, they put them in a beautiful cradle and they did Lali for Bhagavan. And this is the beauty in Valmiki Ramayana. The 18th chapter, Bhagavan is born. And after he is born, within 4-5 shlokas, he is ready for marriage. He's already learned everything. Like they have grown up. He is now 12 years old. He has studied everything. He has learned, riding a chariot, riding a horse, and everything. He knows everything. He's become a warrior already. And nothing is described in detail. No, that is why when Tyagaraja Swamigal, after his wife passed away, he went on Kshetratana. He came to Kanchipuram. And in Kanchipuram, there is a Mahatma called Upanishad Brahmendra. He has written commentary for all the 108 Upanishads. That's his greatness. And he was also a great Rama Bhakta. So when Tyagaraja Swamigal came to Kanchipuram, he stayed with Upanishad Brahmendra for some time and did satsanga. And while he was there with him, Tyagaraja Swamigal was telling Ramayana, to Upanishad Brahmendra. And when he heard the day's Bala Kandam, at the end of it, Upanishad Brahmendra had a doubt. He said, how come your Rama never did any Bala Leela at all? Krishna has done so many Bala Leelas, but Rama has not done anything. You can't find Rama Bala Leela anywhere. Is it not? When he said that, our Tyagaraja Swamigal felt very bad. And the whole night he could not sleep. He was talking, he always talks to Rama only, for everything he will talk to Rama. So he went to Rama and he said, Rama, what is this? You did not do you didn't play at all. How is it? Nobody has done anything about it. Please show me some Leela. At least one Leela you show me. Reveal to me. He begged. And that night, he had a vision where Bhagavan showed him a very beautiful Leela. A Bala Leela. We find this Bala Leela only in Tyagaraja Swamigal's Kirtan. We don't even find it in any other Ramayana. It's only in Tyagaraja Ramayana. He sees where it's a beautiful day. It's a very sunny day. And Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, all the 4 of them are getting ready to play. And Kaikeyi, though she is the mother of Bharata, her favorite son was always only Rama. See, those few moments that it was fate that changed her mind. Otherwise, she always loved only Rama. And she was decorating Rama with beautiful pearl necklace and pearl kundalas and all. And Kausalya was also watching. And then they sent the children to play. And from the balcony, Kaikeyi, Kausalya Mata and Kaikeyi Mata, they were all seeing, what they were playing. And all the 4, they were afar. They could not hear them talk, but they could see that they were all playing. They were just in their vision. And these 4 kids, they were all playing. And that day they decided that we will play hide and seek. That was the game. And when they started playing hide and seek, obviously Bhagavan, he said, okay, I will close my eyes, all of you go and hide. And I will find you. Bharata said, okay, we'll all hide. Rama, you close your eyes. And he closed his eyes. He said, no, you should not close it just like this. You have to close it with your hands. Only then we'll believe. So Ramachandra Prabhu closed his eyes with his hands. Okay. But Bhagavan has a very big guy. Karnanta Dirga Nayana. His eyes are like lotus. And very long and big and very pretty. Bharata said, Bhagavan's hands were so small. When he tried to cover it, didn't cover it completely. He said, no, Rama, try to do it like this. If you do it like this part is open. If you do it like this part is open. He said, we'll do one thing. Bharata said, I'll hold this side, Lakshmana, you hold that side, Shatrughna, you hold here, let Rama hold here. Then they said, if everybody is holding your eyes, who will play? Where do we go and hide? Rama, no use. No, you can't be the finder. No, you just play. One of us will close our eyes, you go and hide yourself. And Bharata said, okay, I will close my eyes. He closed his eyes and he was counting 100. He opened his eyes, he saw Rama. So Rama, I'm not hiding. I am hiding. The problem was, Bhagavan had a Neela Kanti. He was exuding a divine effulgence constantly, that wherever he goes and hides, that place becomes green or blue. And you can easily see. So all the four came. They told Rama, we'll do one thing. You be the umpire. We can't play hide and seek with you. We'll play. You will sit and watch. And when I did that, Rama felt very bad. And here Kausalya is seeing. And he's coming, crying and coming. And Kausalya Mata gets down and she's calling to him. She says, Rama, Rama, Rama Lali, Rama, Rama, Lavanya Shali. In that, Kausalya Mata is conversing with Rama because Rama is crying. And it's so beautifully described. He comes there and Kausalya Mata, she can see he's crying. So she's running down from the balcony. And Rama sees that mother is there, so he stops. That she's coming down anyway. And there is a beautiful spatika pillar, round pillar which is made of crystal, it seems. And when he sees his mother coming, he's hugging that pillar and he's crying. And while crying, he's looking at the pillar, the cylindrical pillar. So his face is elongated. So he looks at it, he feels very, he wants to laugh. But if he laughs, his mother will not come down. So he's controlling his laugh and he's crying. And she comes out, she's asking Lali, Rama, Rama, Rama Lali. Tell me what happened. And it is Rama who's telling this entire story. We were trying to play this hide and seek. Now they're telling that I'm useless to play. This is a Leela that Bhagavan showed, revealed to Tyagaraja Swamigal. Otherwise, we don't find many Leelas. Our Valmiki Ramayana takes us straight away to the discussion of marriage for Bhagavan. It is said that Chintayamasa Dharmatma Svopadhyayah Sabandhavaha Tasya Chintayamanasya Mantri Madhye Mahatmanaha. Dasaratha was extremely worried about Rama's marriage. And you know how old Rama was? 12 years. He was 12 years old and Dasaratha was very worried that I am not, where will I find the girl for Rama? So he called all his ministers to have a discussion about who can be sought as a bride and all. So when he called everybody and they were having a discussion about it, suddenly a soldier came running, a god came running and he said, a great Mahatma has come. And it was Viswamitra. Abhyagachan Mahateja Viswamitro Mahamunihi. And Viswamitra entered. The moment he heard that it's Viswamitra, Dasaratha dropped everything. He ran. He just called Argyam, Padhyam and he ran. And people brought, water behind in a kalasha. And as he went, he did a swagatam to Viswamitra. And he genuinely praises him. He genuinely expresses his joy in Viswamitra's coming. He says, Yatha amritasya sampraptihi, Yatha varshamanodake, Yatha sadrishadareshu putra janma aprajasya vai, Pranashtasya yatha labho, Yatha harsho mahodayah, Tathaiva agamanam manye swagatam te mahamune, Kamchate paramam kamam karomi kimu harshitaha. He says, your arrival, Maharishi, brings me so much joy. You know how I feel? It is like amritasya samprapti. Amrita means nectar. And it is not easy to get. Dasaratha was such a great warrior that in Ramayana we find that he used to go to Swargaloka to help Devas fight Asuras. That's how great he was. And every time he goes to Swargaloka, Indra would give him a seat next to him. And Dasaratha would be sitting there. Right? That is how close our Dasaratha was to Indra. In spite of all that, if somebody comes to your house, will you not at least offer water? Some guest is coming, you will offer water, no? Minimum. We'll at least ask, no? But in Devaloka, you don't have anything. No water, no food. Only Amrita is available. So if somebody comes home, you should offer Amrita, no? Never once has he ever offered. Never. When Dasaratha will come, he will do, he'll help him. Finally, he'll say, very good job, you can go now. That's it. Never ever. That is how rare it is to get Amrita. And he says that today your arrival is like, I got Amrita. As a matter of fact, there was a time when Dasaratha felt the need for Amrita. When he inadvertently killed that child, Shravana Kumara, he really hoped that Indra would come and give some Amrita to revive that child. So he says, if I had gotten that Amrita on that day to revive that child, you know how happy I would have been? I am that happy with your arrival now. Yatha Varsham Anudake, in some places the real Amrita is only water. If there is no rain, then water becomes Amrita. Na? Like he knows this from his experience of Ramapada. Ramapada suffered in Angadesha without water for so many days. When the rain came, it was such a joy. That's how I feel. And not just that, if somebody who does not have a child for a long time begets a child, how happy they will be. Again in his experience. 60,000 years, he went without a child. Then when Rama was born, what joy it gave him. Is it not? So he says, that is how happy I am feeling. And without thinking twice, Dasaratha instantly said, Viswamitra Mahamune, ask me whatever you want, I will grant. See, Dasaratha has this habit. He always does this fatal mistake of promising in haste and then repenting in leisure. Without thinking twice, he will say, I will give. Then when they ask, he will say, Arey, why did I? He did that with Kaikeyi. He is doing that with Viswamitra. Now, he said, whatever you want, you ask, I will give. Viswamitra said, I know, you are such a great soul. Sadrisham Rajashardula Tavaiva Bhuvinanyataha Mahavamsha Prasutasya Vasishta Vyapadeshinaha. Of course, Dasaratha, I know you are such a great soul because you have been well trained by your Guru. See, Vasishta and Viswamitra had a lot of problems. It's a story for another day. If I tell that, it is there in Ramayana itself. But if I start telling that now, we won't have time for Sita Kalyana. So I have to cut it short. Long story short, Vasishta Maharishi was a Brahma Rishi. Viswamitra was a Kshatriya. He was a king. One day he went to Vasishta's ashrama. He saw the power he wielded. So he wanted to become a Brahma Rishi. And he started doing penance. Right? And finally, he wanted Vasishta Maharishi to tell that he is a Brahma Rishi. And the Vasishta Maharishi did that also. So there has been a tug of war between them for a long time. So now, he is ensuring that he gets into the good books of Vasishta before asking anything from Dasaratha. Because sometimes the Guru will stop now. So he says, Vasishta is a disciple. So obviously, you will be like this only. You will grant everything to me. It's nothing big, Dasaratha, very simple. I am doing a yaga. I am performing a sacrifice in Siddhashrama in the middle of the forest. Right? And this yaga is for the welfare of the world in general. That's the idea of this yaga. But there are so many Rakshasas, Asuras in the forest, and every time we are near completing the yaga, they come and destroy it. So, I want you to protect this yaga from these Asuras. And while he was talking, his eyes was going around here and there. It latched on Rama, the 12-year lad. And he looks at him and he says, so Dasaratha, you do me a favor. You send this boy, Kakapakshadaram Veeram, Jeshtam me Dhatumarhasi. You send this Rama, your eldest son, with me. Let him protect the sacrifice. Dasaratha was shocked. He said, you are talking about Rakshasas and Asuras. You want me to send my 12-year-old boy? He said, no, Viswamitraji, why Rama? I will come. I will come with my Chaturanga Sainya. I will protect your yaga. He said, no, I don't want you. I want only Rama. He said, he didn't understand at all. He said, yes, see, I know what you are thinking. You may think you are a rishi. You have tapas. All you have to do is when the Rakshasa comes, curse him. And the Rakshasa will go away, is it not? Viswamitra says, we are very capable of doing it. But these rishis are called as tapolobhi. Tapolobhi means they are very, very, very miserly about tapas. In the sense that, like a very rich man does not want to spend easily, they will not spend their tapas. See, if you chant Bhagavan Nama or you're doing some spiritual sadhana, say for a long time, and if someone irritates you, you curse them, you lose your tapas with that. So if you're conscious, you will never use it like that. Is it not? So these rishis, they won't waste it. You know what they do? So when Bhagavan goes to Dantakaranya later for the 14 years, Rishis are showing him a big white hill. He's telling, what white hill is this? And they say, this hill is made of the bones of Rishis. All the Asuras have eaten the Rishis live and they have thrown the bones like this. Why did they not protect themselves? Because they know that if this body goes, you'll get another body. If somebody dies, you don't have to cry, they'll come back anyway. In some other form, they'll certainly come back. But if you lose tapas, it is to gain tapas again, it's a very big job. It's not easy to gain tapas. So they say, you come and eat me, it's okay, I won't curse you. Whatever, I'll be born again, continue my tapas. Tapas will be continued. You won't lose it, is it not? So here, Viswamitra says, Nachame krodhamutrashtum buddhir bhavati parthiva. I don't want to lose my cool and curse them and waste my tapas. So though we are capable of taking care of ourselves, we won't. You are a king, you should be able to do it. He said, I know, I am a king, I am telling you, I will come. No, I want only him. What? Don't think that he is your child. You don't know about him. I'll tell you now, I promise you, if you send Rama with me, I assure you, the Rakshasas are dead. Dasaratha is not convinced at all. He's thinking twice. And immediately Viswamitra says, Dasaratha, your perception of Rama is very different from my perception of Rama. What I see in Rama, you can't see in Rama. Why? Because I am different from you. Is it not? What do I see in Rama? Imagine, someone comes to you and they tell you, I know yourself better than you do. Will you agree? We won't agree, is it not? That's what he's telling here. He's telling, you don't know your Rama. I know your Rama. What do you know? Aham ved bimahatmanam ramam satya parakramam vasishtopi mahateja yeche me tapasistitaha. Aham ved bimahatmanam. This sloka alone has so much of commentary. Bhashya. This is a Veda Vakya in this form. See, Ramayana itself is Veda in the Kavya form. Is it not? So there are some mantras in Veda that are there here directly. This is from a very famous Suktam called Purusha Suktam. And we don't have the ability to talk about it, but it is there in Ramayana. He says, Aham Devim, I know this Rama to be that Paramatma. That is the essence of it. You think he is your child. You think he is your boy. I am telling you, he is not just your boy, he is Bhagavan. And if someone comes and tells us that I know shall to be Bhagavan, will we believe it? Vishwamitra says, it's not me alone. Vasishtopi, you ask your Guru, you don't trust me? Ask your Guru Vasishta. He will tell you that Rama is Bhagavan. And not even Vasishta, look at all these rishis sitting in your court. Have you ever wondered, Dasaratha? You are a king. You are a Kshatriya. You call a darbar and you call people to resolve conflicts, to discuss political things, is it not? Have you ever wondered why after Rama was born, all the rishis who are supposed to be in the forest are inside your darbar, taking the first seat? Have you ever wondered? And have they ever participated in anything political? No. They won't even eat. They'll be having a dry leaf in their hand. That's what they will eat. You know why they are sitting? Because during the discussion, sometime you may call Rama and Rama may come. The moment they hear Rama, till then they'll be closing their eyes. When they say Rama, they'll open their eyes. They're sitting in this darbar to see that Rama. If he is your child, would they be waiting to see the prince? These tapasvis, they are here because they know he is Bhagavan. So don't, Nacha Putragatam Sneham, don't think that he is your child and do this. I see him as Bhagavan, and you may say, how come I don't see? That is because you are Dasaratha, I am Viswamitra. That's the difference. What's the difference? See, I have bhakti, I have devotion, so I can see him as Bhagavan. What you have is only Putra Pasam. You only have a love for a child. It is not divine bhakti. Not just that, I am a rishi, you are a king. And I am wearing only, Valkala. You are wearing all silken clothes. And I have Jatamudi. What I know, you can't know with your crown in your head. You are sitting on top and your guru sitting down. That is how you are. But I always place my guru up. I have learnt from him. What I have is Raja Yoga. What you have is Raja Bhoga. There are so many differences, is it not? I have controlled my senses. You have let your senses go everywhere. How can you see what I see? You cannot do that. That's why I am telling you, ask all the other rishis. They will agree with me that he is Bhagavan. Imagine, Viswamitra gave a big lecture on Rama is Parabrahmam. Right? Vedanta lecture he gave. At the end of it, you know what happened? Dasaratha swooned. He fainted. He fell down. Viswamitra was waiting. No, Asayavela. He was like, I'll wait till you get up. No, Dasaratha was not getting up at all. Because if somebody really faints, you can wake them up. If they are feigning, if they are pretending to be faint, you know, how can you wake them up? Dasaratha was pretending to be unconscious because he was thinking, what do I tell him? How do I, without angering Viswamitra, how do I tell him I won't send Rama with you? He was thinking of the plan. Suddenly one thing struck him. He got up. He said, no, I can't send you. Send him. Why? Una shodasha varsho me Ramo Rajiva Lochanaha. After hearing all the Upanyasam of Viswamitra, he says, I can't send my child because my child is only 12 years old. Just now Viswamitra said he is not your child at all, he is Bhagavan. Now he is saying, no, he is only 12 years old. You are talking about Rakshasas and Asuras. They will all be active only in the night. But my child, Rajiva Lochanaha. Already Viswamitra is looking at Rama and he wants to carry him away with him. Now he is showing him his eyes. If somebody sees Rama's eyes, will they not fall more for it? In spite of it, he is telling, Rajiva Lochanaha. This Rama has lotus-like eyes. You know why he is giving the example? Dasaratha is very intelligent. He says, because Rama has lotus-like eyes, lotus will bloom only in the morning. In the evening, when the sun is out, it will also close. My Rama will also sleep when it is 6 o'clock. He will be useless if he comes there. Because all the Rakshas, Asuras will be there only in the night. And my Kuti will be sleeping by then. So it is of no use to you. So I will come. Viswamitra got so angry. He said, after giving you 2 hours of lecture about how Rama is Bhagavan, you are telling me that he will sleep away. This is what you understood from my lecture. From that day he decided, if anybody asks, he will never tell Rama is Bhagavan. He decided that. And he said, okay, if you don't give, I don't want you also, you be very fine. Some people will give Asirvadam in such a way that it will be like a curse. It won't sound like Asirvadam at all. He said, be very well, be fine, be prosperous, I am going. When he was about to leave angrily like that, Vasishtha Maharishi called Dasaratha and he said, don't do this mistake. Viswamitra knows what he is doing. If he is asking for Rama, there must be a purpose behind it. And I am very sure, as he says, when Rama comes back, he will come with lot of auspiciousness. He will become more, prosperous than what he is. There must be some advantage in this. So you send him. He will take care of the child, don't worry. When his guru emphasized this, and he was also worried that if Viswamitra is angry, he will start cursing everybody. So he was very worried. So he went behind Viswamitra and he said, no, I will give you my child. The moment he sent for Rama came there, he was there, and he was getting ready to go behind, but Rama always comes as a package. Rama will never come alone. When Rama comes, Lakshmana will come along. Viswamitra never called Lakshmana. But Lakshmana said, I will come. See, Dasaratha, Varana, he said no. But Lakshmana didn't say no. He knew that without Lakshmana, Rama can't come. Because Rama himself says, Nachatena vina nidra labate purushottamaha. Without Lakshmana beside him, Rama cannot sleep, it seems. Our Guru Maharaj would say, of course he can't sleep because Bhagavan is used to sleeping on Adiseshana. That is his bed. Some people will take the bedding with them wherever they go. Because otherwise they won't feel comfortable. And Rama was like that. He wants his bedding always with him. So Lakshmana would always come with him. And they followed Viswamitra. And Viswamitra Maharishi, the moment Dasaratha gave the word that you can take Rama, instantly he walked out of the court with Rama and Lakshmana. And he was walking so fast, the kids had to run. They could not keep up at all. And while he was walking fast, they were running behind. Now and then he will turn around to see if they are following. But he would not stop, he will keep going. Aruna Nayana Urbahu Bishala Neela Jala Jatanu Shyama Tamala Katipata Peet Kase Barbhata Ruchira Chapasaya Kaduhata Shyama Gaura Sundara Duhubai Vishwamitra Mahanidhipai. Tulsidas ji says this so beautifully. Aruna Nayana Urubahu Vishala Neela Jalaja Tanu Shyama Tamala. 2 of them are coming behind him. One is, like Shyamala Varna. The other is Gaura Varna. And as a pair they are coming, it is as if they are, Ganapatiji and Subramanya are running behind Shiva, it seems. That's how it looked. And he was running, they had to catch up, and he stopped only after crossing Sarayu. Till then he didn't stop. Why? Because he was so frightened. What if Dasharatha changes his mind and calls the children back? He should never give him the opportunity, so he just ran with the children. And they reached Tamasa river. It's a tributary of Sarayu itself. They reached there and they are resting the night there. Imagine, this is the first night that Ramachandra Prabhu and Lakshmana are away from their parents. They've never been like that. Only 12-year-old. Una Shodasha Varsho. Shodasha means 16. Which means that he is not even 16. But the commentary says it means that he is 12. That is the age, when Rama was left with Viswamitra. And that night, Viswamitra ji, he was cutting lot of grass. So immediately the kids also cut the grasses because they were preparing the bed, Trinashayana. So they were also working for it. And finally they made a beautiful bed. When they made the bed, Viswamitra called the kids and said, "It is for you. I am not going to sleep." And he gave the bed to them. And not just that, he was telling them stories, it seems. Bedtime stories. That is why this habit has been there for a very long time. We keep telling bedtime stories to kids. That's why when they come to story, they sleep. Because they think that you should listen to story only for sleeping. Is it not? The Katha also they sleep sometimes. But Viswamitra, Dasharatha Dripasunu Sattamabhyam Trinashayane Anuchite Tadoshitabhyam Kushika Sutavacho Anulalitabhyam Sukhavivasa Vibhavo Vivavaricha. The whole night Viswamitra was sitting there. He was not a fool to sleep off. Bhagavan was there, is it not? So he sat there and he had darshan of Bhagavan all through the night, and he had a company, it seems. Nidra Devi did not come, but Ratri Devi was there, and she was also enjoying Rama's beauty. Usually Rama sleeps in the night only in the room, is it not, in the palace, and Rama is very frightened of darkness, it seems. So Kausalya Mata would always light a kutti lamp in Rama's bedroom. So Ratri Devi, who is only darkness, she can never enter there. She always had to stay out and see Bhagavan. Today he was out in the open, and she enjoyed the darshan of Rama together. And Sukamiva sa Vibhavo Vibhavarich. That Vibhavari, that Ratri Devi also enjoyed Bhagavan's darshan, and the whole night passed like a second, it seems. And Rama and Lakshmana were still sleeping. And this is where we have the famous shloka. Today you go to any temple, when they do the Prabodhana, when they open the doors of the temple in the morning, it is called Prabodhana, waking up Bhagavan. The first shloka they say is the first shloka ever done. The first person to do Prabodhana for Ramachandra Prabhu was Viswamitra. He was the one who said this shloka. Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashardula Kartavyam Daivamanhikam. This is a Ramayana shloka. So everybody knows it is one Ramayana shloka. Not everybody knows this shloka. It's from Valmiki Ramayana. Viswamitra is waking him up, and so beautifully. He doesn't say Dasharatha Putra. He says Kausalya Supraja. See, when a child is away from the mother for the first time, when it wakes up, it does not remember where it is. Is it not? From a deep sleep, the child wakes up. The first thing it looks for is his mother. And if it can't find a mother, sees a stranger, it will be frightened. So to ease it out, Viswamitra was so sweet in telling Rama, Kausalya's child, he is calling. When someone calls that, it is not Kausalya, is it not? Mother will not say like that. She will not say Kausalya's putra. She won't sing like that. So he kind of gave Rama the hint that you are not with your mother. Remember, you are outside in the forest. Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Rama is already in the morning. You should be doing your Sandhya and all. Arey, he is Bhagavan, is it not? Will not Rama ask him, when I came as Narsimha Murti, I came in Sandhya Kalam. Did you come and ask me to Sandhya Vandana? Why are you asking me now? He is telling, this is Avatara. You have to follow Dharma, you have to wake up early, you have to have your bath, you have to do your puja, Sandhya, everything should be done. So get up. Kartavyam Daivamanhikam. In Avatara, you have come to teach everything to this mankind, so you have to do it. And Bhagavan also gets up, they all have a bath, they are all getting ready, and they start their journey to Siddhashrama. And on the way in Siddhashrama, Viswamitra ji is warning Rama and Lakshmana, is telling we will be passing through what is called as Tatakavanam. And Tatakavanam, there is this Ghora Rakshasi called Tataka. And this Tataka was a Yakshini who became a Rakshasi. It makes no sense to us. Yakshas, Rakshasas, they are all same to us, but looks like Rakshasas are a bit lower than even Yakshas. So she was cursed to be a Rakshasi. And she has 2 children, Subahu and Maricha. And these 3 are tormenting everybody here. And this Tataka, nobody can cross this Tatakavanam alive. If she smells flesh somewhere, she will come and eat that person. That is why rishis don't come this side at all. When he said that, Rama was looking at Viswamitra. Because he seems to be fine. He seems to be crossing this path now and then he is fine. And Viswamitra understood it. He said, Rama, I know what you are thinking. She is not eating me because I am too thin. There is no flesh. Gamba Ramayana, he says that because I don't have any flesh, she doesn't treat me as a human being at all. That's why she has spared me. But she may smell you and Lakshmana and she may attack any time. Be prepared. And while he was talking about her, Tataka came, making a loud noise. And because she could smell Rama and Lakshmana, the human smell, she was about to come and devour them. And Viswamitra said, don't even think twice, Rama, kill her. Don't try to fight her, don't try to ward her away, just kill her. Bhagavan said yes. And then he was talking to Lakshmana. He was all set to fight her. And he was, placing the bow in the arrow, and the bow. And he was telling Lakshmana, she seems to be harmless. She may not really eat us or kill us. I will just immobilize her. See to it that she cannot hurt us much. I will cut off her arms, you cut off her legs, and we won't kill her, we'll spare her. He was talking like this, and they were aiming. Viswamitra saw this, and nothing could deter her, and she was still coming in. Viswamitra said, Rama, I warned you, don't see her as a female, as a woman. She is a Rakshasi. If a tiger comes and attacks you, you shoot it. Is it not? You won't say if it's a male tiger or a female tigress. You don't look at it, is it not? She is someone who is going to hurt everybody. She is a Rakshasi, just kill her. Are you hesitating? When he said that, Rama said, no, my father has sent me with you. I will never hesitate. I will do exactly what you asked me to do. Because I know that if my father trusts you, I trust you. And without hesitation, Bhagavan took one arrow and he pointed at Tataka and he drew his bow and it stuck her and that single arrow killed her. That big Rakshasi. That's why Bhagavan is called Okka Bana. See, which means when Bhagavan decides to kill, it takes only one Bana. In the Ravana Rama Yuddha, in the end, Rama Ravana Yuddha, Bhagavan is playing around with Ravana for a long time, giving him chance upon chance to come and seek forgiveness. But the moment he decides that he should die, it's only one Bana. It's only one, it is a Sankalpa, that's all. Till then he will be playing around. For Tataka also, he just took one Bana and he killed Tataka. And she was dead and Viswamitra was very happy and they went to Siddhashrama. In Siddhashrama, Viswamitra ji initiated them into all the mantras that he knows. See, Viswamitra's charitra itself is there in Ramayana. It's a very impressive charitra. His sadhanas are very relatable because he is not like an avatara Purusha. He was not born jnani. He struggled. So when you see his charitra, you feel inspired because you know you can also attain. He climbs up, he falls down, he climbs up, he falls down. It happens again and again, but he does not give up. Till he attains his goal, he keeps doing it. So it's a very inspiring charitra. In the path, he has learnt all the mantras. And learning mantras is not like learning to chant. It is like chanting it continuously and getting the siddhi of it. Which means you should be able to see the mantra devata. He had the siddhi of all the mantras. And he initiated Rama into all mantras. And every mantra he would initiate to Rama, Rama would chant it once. The moment he chants, the Devata will come. Usually you should chant Akshara Laksham. For every Akshara in the mantra, you have to chant 1 lakh. That's how much you must chant to have a siddhi. But here Rama chanted just once and the Devata would come. Usually the Devata comes, it will give darshan, it will disappear. But now when Rama chants, they come, they are standing there. They are not going. And every mantra he initiates, all the Devatas come, they are all standing there. And they all, but Imeja Paramodara, Kinkarastava Raghava. They all say, Rama, we are your Kinkaras, we are your servants, tell us how we can serve you. Bhagavan said, this time I am not using any one of you. I am using only my human power. So if you want, you can be with me, I will use you when I need. And Bhagavan did Atma Avahana of all the Devatas. That is why if you chant Ramanama, you get the fruit of chanting the Nama of all the Devatas. Any form of deity, it is in Rama himself. They entered Rama like that. The Ramayana has the proof for it. So he absorbs all the Devatas into him. That's the greatness of it. And they all are in this Siddhashrama is a Vamana Kshetra. And Viswamitra starts as Yaga with the protection of our Rama Lakshmana. And when they are all ready, Rama and Lakshmana, Kambana Talva very beautifully says that Rama and Lakshmana protected the sacrifice like the eyelids protect the two eyes. They protect the eyes continuously, is it not? And he describes it so beautifully. The Yaga is happening in the ashrama, and Rama says, he makes Lakshmana stand in one point, guard. He says, you guard this point. And Rama goes around the ashrama and comes. He says, is everything fine? Yes, okay, I'll go another round. And he does that. It is like the lower lid is stationary. The upper lid will, go up and come, is it not? So it was Rama, the elder one, the upper lid, going up and coming down, meeting Lakshmana, the lower lid, and protecting the eyes of this sacrifice that Viswamitra was doing. And while the sacrifice was done, it was all going smoothly, exactly at the moment of completion, Poornimaji. That's when they will come. Maricha and Subahu, they attacked, and Bhagavan, he didn't delay much. Instantly he used Agneyastra and he killed Subahu. He used Manavastra. This is the only thing. We can't say it's a mistake, it is by design. Bhagavan spared Maricha. He killed Subahu, he killed Tataka. In a very, very lighter vein. I should not tell this today. Today is Rama's birthday, Bhavam. But see, Krishna is very clear. 6 days old. He was 6 days old when Putana came. He didn't think twice, he killed her. He never left any residue anywhere. Any asura comes, he'll kill. This Rama, he did a job, he left a job half done. He didn't kill Maricha, that came back to haunt. Is it not? But it was by design, because he had a role in this avatara karya. That's why Bhagavan is sparing him. Bhagavan hit him with Manavastra and he used Vayavastra for all other Rakshasas there. And the sacrifice was saved, protected. And Viswamitra completed it and he was very happy. Extremely happy. He said, Rama, today the Siddhashrama, the name of this ashrama has become true. Because the Yaga has become a Siddhi. Now we have accomplished it. I am extremely happy. Now tell me, Rama, what do you want to do? Trick question. Because he wants to know if he has his own mind. Rama said, my father sent me with you. Whatever you say, that's what we will do. And Vishwamitra said, good answer. Correct answer. There seems to be a Yaga, Dhanur Yaga, that Janaka Maharaja has arranged in Mithila. That's all he says. He doesn't say the purpose of the Dhanur Yaga and all. He doesn't say the prize money for the Dhanur Banga and all. He just says that there's a Dhanur Yaga that's happening and it will be nice for us to go and visit Mithila and have the darshan of the Dhanus. It's Shiva Dhanush there. So Rama, you come along with me. And Rama and Lakshmana, they also come. They leave Siddhashrama and they walk towards Mithila. And while they are walking towards Mithila, here in Ramayana you find, see Ramayana generally, though we said Sita Kalyana and all, 1.5 hours, 2 hours is not enough for Sita Kalyana or any part of Ramayana. Ramayana can't be completed even in 9 days. No, that's how vast it is. In this entire, I'm just skipping slow, I'm just giving you the salient feature, points of Sita Kalyanam or Jananam. Because it's a Navami today. But entire Ganga Mahatmya is there here. Sakra Chakravarti's entire Charitra, everything is found at this point where Viswamitra tells stories and stories. So many Upakathas he tells to Ramachandra Prabhu, he learns everything. And Lakshmana also, in one of the Kirtans of Tyagaraja Swamigal says how Lakshmana keeps questioning Viswamitra. It is said in the Kirtan he says, Viswamitra was talking about Dashavatara. Right? And during when he was telling Dashavatara, he was talking about Matsyavatara. And one of the aspects of Matsyavatara is that Bhagavan protected Vaivasvata Manu. And Bhagavan was, as a fish, he was dragging the boat behind him with his horn. No, the fish had a shunga and a boat was tied to it, in which all the king, the Manu and all the necessary human beings and all the animals, they were all there and they were protected, right? Lakshmana was asking, how did Bhagavan talk? Bhagavan was facing front. Did he turn back and talk? If he turned back, how did the boat go? Vishwamitra said, I didn't think of all that. Don't ask me. So Lakshmana was, drilling Viswamitra, and Viswamitra used to tell a lot of stories. And on the way while going like this, there is a spot where Rama stopped and he looked at Viswamitra and he said, Mahamuni, looks like this place is very divine. There seems to be an ashrama, but that ashrama is in a very dilapidated state. It's all broken and nobody seems to be living there. But he can see a palpable sanidhya. He can feel that somebody has been doing lot of penance here and the tapas is, hitting him. So he looks at Viswamitra and says, what is this place and what happened here? And Viswamitra starts the story by telling Hanta, alas, there was a great rishi called Gautama who lived here with his wife Ahalya, and he practiced penance so deeply and profoundly, and Indra will always be bent upon disturbing others' penance. He has two methods. If you are not married, he will attack you directly. If you are married, he will attack the wife. That is his technique. And since Gautama Rishi could not be shaken in his vow of penance, one day when Gautama Rishi was away, Indra came in the guise of Gautama Muni. So Ahalya thought it was Gautama Muni, but Valmiki Maharishi minces no words. He clearly says Ahalya knew it was Indra. Devaraja Kutuhala. But since he was a divinity, see, it is Indra is a Devata, is it not? When he comes, she did not know it will be an apachara. She didn't know what to do and she slipped. And Gautama came, he understood what happened. He felt very bad for Ahalya. He didn't actually curse her, he cursed only Indra. That's why he said, it is said that he has 1,000 eyes. He had holes, he becomes Sahasraksha because of the curse of Gautama. But he looks at Ahalya, he feels that she is feeling so bad, so ashamed. So to save her from her own shame, to save her from her own misgivings, he says, you will remain in this ashrama invisible to everybody. In Valmiki Ramayana, that's the curse. You will be invisible to everybody till the day Dasharathapura Rama comes and he blesses you. Only then you will be relieved of this curse and I will come back to the ashrama again. Having given the curse, he went off. And Viswamitra said, Rama, today is the day you are here. When Bhagavan heard it, he didn't think of what Ahalya did. He thought, the Rishi Patni is here and she is invisible. What if I step on her inadvertently? Ahalya was sitting there praying that Bhagavan should step on her. Her Padaraja should be on her. And Bhagavan was here worrying that I should not step on her. And he was so careful. When he was careful like that, Vayu Bhagavan, the wind, he touched the feet of Bhagavan and took a few dust from his lotus feet and threw it on that invisible Ahalya. See, all the Mahatmas, we say, though Ramayana says invisible, all the Mahatmas have said that she turned into a stone there. That's why, Vadacha Ramdas ji in his Kirtan, he says, Rati ni nati jaise, Rati ni nati jaise, Ni padaraja me gani, Kalyana Rama, Janaki Ramana, Kalyana Guna, Sajjana Vanani Puna. Ratini Nati Jaise. It means you turned a stone into a woman. It is Ahalya Moksha that is said. And when Bhagavan went there and it just touched, the Rajas touched her, Veeramata sings, Charana Raja Mahima, Main Jani Prabhu, Jaake Charan se Ahalya Udhari, Gautam ki pat nari re, He Charana Raja Mahima, Main Jani. I know the greatness of Charana Raja. The dust of lotus feet of Bhagavan, Yaki Charana se Ahalya Udhari. The moment Bhagavan's lotus feet's dust touched her, immediately she got back her original form, and when she stood there, you know what Bhagavan did? He fell at her feet. He did namaskar. That is the beauty in Ramavatara. You know, he is the one who protected her, who saved her, and she should be falling at his feet. But he falls at her feet. And he says, you know, to tells Lakshmana, she's like our mother Kausalya, fall at her feet. Because she must be feeling so bad now. When Bhagavan gives her that position and respect, she'll feel better about herself. So Bhagavan does that namaskara and she salutes Bhagavan and she says, this is not a curse at all. My husband did not curse me. He has only blessed me. Muni shap jo deenha ati bal keenha param anugrah main mana dekhu bhari lochan hari bhava mochan yahi labh shankar jana vinati prabhu mori main mati bhori nath navagau bar ana pad kamal paraga rati anuraga mama man madhup करे पाना मैं नारी अपावन तू जग पावन रावण रिपुजन सुखदाई राजीव विलोचन भव भय मोचन पाहि पाहि शरण ही आई. She says मैं नारी अपावन. I was someone who was impure. तू जग पावन. You are someone who purifies the entire world, Rama. All I want is my mind should be at your lotus feet. Bless me like that. And Gautama Muni, he was sitting somewhere in somewhere in Himalayas doing tapas. In his divine vision, he saw what happened. Instantly, with his yoga siddhi, he came here. And he is introducing himself to Rama. He says, I am Ahalya's pati. I am the husband of Ahalya. That's how he introduces himself. And both of them do puja to Ramachandra Prabhu. And from there, they leave. And after Ahalya Moksham, they continue the journey towards Mithila and they reach the Yaga Shala of Janaka Maharaja. And when Janaka Maharaja sees Ramachandra Prabhu and Lakshmana, he's so happy, he's wonderstruck. Our Tulsidas ji says that already he is called Videha. He forgets his body. When he saw Ramachandra Prabhu, he totally forgot who he was. He's asking who he is, tell me. And now, when Janaka Maharaja is asking, Viswamitra, tell me who this is. He can tell he is Paramatma. Janaka Maharaja will understand because he is also a jnani. But he doesn't say that, once bitten, twice shy. He said, I will never try this again. So he said, he is Dasaratha Putra, this is Rama, this is Lakshmana, they are princes of Ayodhya. They came here with me to Siddhashrama to protect the Yaga. This little boy, he killed the Tataka, he killed the Subahu, he made Maricha run away. And he also gave moksha to Ahalya's shapam. And Gautama and Ahalya, they did puja. See, the son of Gautama, Rishi and Ahalya Devi is Shatanika. He was the minister in the court of Janaka. So when he heard that his mother was saved and his family is reunited, he was very thankful to Viswamitra. So Viswamitra ji only brought Ramachandra Prabhu there, na? So he was very happy about him and he is the one who tells the story of Viswamitra in Ramayana at this point. And that day they go and rest. And Bhagavan says, we'll just go around Mithila, have darshan of the Nagara and then we'll come and rest in the palace. And both of them walk in the Mithila Vidhi. And when Ramachandra Prabhu and Lakshmana are walking, everybody is out to see. In every Ramayana, this is so beautifully described. Kamba Ramayana excels, where he says, Tol Kandar, Tole Kandar. Nobody could see Rama completely, it seems. If the first thing, whatever they see, their eyes will be stuck there. They can't take their eyes off that. If they see the eyes, that's it. If they see Bhagavan's shoulders, that's it. If they see Bhagavan's feet, that's it. No, not one of them could see the entire form of Rama at all. They were so wonderstruck. And this is not there in Valmiki Ramayana, but this is there in Alvar's Anubhava. And it is there in Kamba Ramayana also, where Ramachandra Prabhu and Sita Mata meet before the marriage. That's not there in Valmiki Ramayana. But while Bhagavan is doing this Nagara Pravesh in Mithila, Bhagavan is walking and Sita Mata is playing, in the Kanika Madam there, up there with her friends. She's playing ball in her balcony and the ball falls out of the balcony into the road. And she comes out to the balcony to see where the ball is. That's when Ramachandra Prabhu and Lakshmana are walking. And she is struck by Bhagavan's beauty and she's looking. And Bhagavan is walking and suddenly he feels compelled to look up. When he sees, he actually thinks that it's a statue standing there. And he's looking at her, wondering who has sculpted this statue. It is so beautiful. And while he was enjoying the beauty of the statue, suddenly the statue blinked. Only then he realized it's a woman, and he immediately put his eyes down. That is where Kambanatara again excels. He says, Annalum Nokina, Avanum Nokina. Bhagavan looked and she also looked. And there are the beautiful Tamil verses here where he says they remembered the days in Vaikunta, it seems. And they remembered, we have come back for the reunion now. That's how they felt. And Bhagavan walked back. Alvar Anubhavam, Kambanata Alvar Anubhavam, everything is extremely beautiful. Tirumangai Alvar's Anubhavam, it's all very beautiful here. We don't have the time to enjoy all the pasurams. And Bhagavan, when he's walking, everybody in Ayodhya, they're all wonderstruck. Each of them claiming that Rama is more beautiful than Sita. And there was this one girl who was born in Ayodhya, and she got married to somebody in Mithila. And from the day she came to Mithila, she has been telling people that Rama is so handsome, that the prince of Ayodhya is like this, like that and all. Nobody believed. Today when Rama was there, when she saw, she was so happy. She called her friend, she said, see, look at my Rama. Imagine how, all these days I told you, did you even believe me? Look at him. And these people of Mithila, will they leave? They looked and said, Nananarka, he's nice, but Sita Mata is more beautiful. They never gave up, it seems. They had this, constant argument about this, and everybody was thrilled about what would happen. Next day, Ramachandra Prabhu, he goes to the court, and Shiva Dhanush was kept there ready for the Dhanur Yaga. And they're all sitting in the court, and Viswamitra Mahamuni is asking the permission of Janaka. He says, can I ask Rama to go and see that book? He said, of course. So he looks at Rama and he says, Vatsarama Dhanupashya. He says, Rama, go take a look at that book. That's what he said. And Rama went there. And he went there and he looked at the Shiva Dhanush. When he saw the Shiva Dhanush, he was very tempted. See, he did not know any clause. He didn't know that there was a prize money. He didn't know at all anything. He looked at the Dhanush and said, it's very beautiful. He looked at Viswamitraji and he said, you only asked me to see. Can I string the bow? That was the challenge. He didn't know that. He said, can I string the bow? And Janaka Maharaja was so tensed. He cursed himself. He thought, why would I have a challenge like this? This is a little boy, 12-year-old boy. And the challenge was that whoever strings the bow will get Sita Mata as a prize. She'll become the bride. It's called Virya Shulka. Right? And now today he was regretting it. He thought, oh my God, I should not have kept something like that. What if Rama does not string the bow? What if, I can't get him married to Sita? He was worried. But in Tulsi Ramayana, this is a beautiful, if you get a chance, if you know Hindi and if you get a chance to read, you should read this part of Sita Kalyana. Everything will be very, very enjoyable in Tulsi Ramayana. Here, he says, Sita Mata was looking from the balcony. She was watching Rama trying out this bow. And she was mentally cursing her father. Said, this Buddha, this father of mine, why would he keep a challenge like this? What if Rama does not lift it up? All he would have done is go and ask Dasaratha to give, to accept my hand for Rama. Why did he have to challenge like this? She says, she's praying all the Devata that Rama should be able to string it. And Bhagavan has no clue that so many prayers are on for him to do that. He just goes there, he looks at it, and then he tries, he just tries it out. And very effortlessly he picks it up. See, the whole thing was, Sita Mata was now only 6 years old. Right? When she was hardly 2-3 years old, one day she was playing with ball inside the palace. And this ball went under this Shiva Dhanush. And this Shiva Dhanush would generally be moved only by around 100 people. They have to be there to move it. It is so heavy. It is a divine bow. That's what makes it heavy. It's not made of anything that is heavy. You need divinity to touch it. You need divinity to wield it. Otherwise you can't wield it. That is the sukshma behind it. So here, when Sita Devi was playing, the ball went under the Shiva Dhanush. Very casually with left hand she moved the Dhanush. And she picked the ball. And Janaka Maharaja had a shock. He thought, oh my God, if I have to get this girl married, she should that person should be stronger than her, na? At least. So he thought we should look for someone who can move this bow. So all he said was lift the bow and string, that's all. You don't have to do anything. So many of them tried, nobody could do it. So here when Ramchandra Prabhu went there, effortlessly he lifted it. You know, that's why Goswamiji says very simply, Let chadavat kejat gaadi kahunala kade kusabtadi. When everybody was watching, who even the Devas, and Devas are called animeshas, which means they don't blink at all. No, they don't blink. Only human beings, no, only we blink. They don't blink at all. Which means they won't lose anything. If they see somebody, they can see them continuously. Even the Devas could not figure out when Bhagavan picked it up. He just picked it up, he strung it, and by the time he strung it, it broke. He says, Let chadavat. Nobody saw him lift or string the bow. All they saw was Rama went there, they heard the bow break. That Bhavanjat Madhye. There was a tongue sound. The entire world was shaking and nobody saw. It was so effortless for Bhagavan to just lift the bow and string it. And while he tried to string it, he broke it itself. And for a moment, he didn't know it was right or wrong. It's a very old bow. Shiva Dhanush, they had been keeping it for puja. And instead of trying to string it, I broke it. So he was very worried. While he was worried, Sita Mata came with a garland. He didn't understand at all. He looked at her and why is she coming here? Viswamitra reveals the secret only now. He says, no, if you string the bow, you get Sita. You know what Rama did? He said, I will not marry. In Valmiki Ramayana, he refuses. He says, I will not accept the garland because I will not marry anybody without my father's permission. Janaka Maharaja thought, I did not know this. Imagine, Hirdade Urbo, you broke that also. No, if you don't marry her, who will marry her? And they sent a word to Dasaratha Maharaja. Dasaratha Maharaja was extremely happy. With all Viswamitra ji was here. So this was the reason why Viswamitra ji brings Bhagavan for this entire. This is the purpose. He wanted to see Sita Kalyana. If you look at Ramayana, after this episode, you don't find Viswamitra anywhere in Ramayana. Bhagavan goes to forest, he meets every other rishi in the world. All the rishis' names are there. You won't see Viswamitra again, anywhere. His only role was to see Sita Kalyana. After Sita Kalyana, he does not want to know Ramayana after that. He is only happy. He says, in my mind, I will see Sita Ram always. I will never see them separate. I will never, go through the suffering. So he never comes back after that. Dasaratha is invited. All of them come. And Viswamitra and Vasishta, they are very clear. They don't ask anybody. Now the Ramachandra Prabhu won Sita Mata as Veerya Shulka. He went to Jaga and Viswamitra said, why don't we get Urmila married to Lakshmana? And you have your brother has 2 daughters, Mahadev Shudakirti, will get Bharat Shatrughna also married. They didn't ask anybody else. When Dasaratha came, after coming only, he knew that 4 marriages. Till then he didn't know. When the word was sent, only Sita Kalyana was sent. Now everything was there and Dasaratha came. Janaka Maharaja welcomed them and the date was fixed for all the 4 of them to get married on the same day. That's the beauty in Ramavatara. All the 4 brothers are born together, they grow up together and they have Upanaya Samskara together, they learn everything together. Even the marriage is happening together in the same family. With the same family. That's the beauty of it. And everything is arranged. Now Sita Mata on this Panguni Uttaram, she's only 6 years. You have to imagine, those were the days when that was how marriage was done. 6-year-old girl, and with all her pattu pavadai and her long hair, all adorned with beautiful bhushanas, she walked into the mandapa. Swagatam Swagatam Site. Swagatam Swagatam Site. Dharmacharini Dharmapalini Dharmakamini Site. Swagatam Swagatam. They're inviting Sita Mata to the mandapam and everything was ready for the marriage. And even now Ramachandra Prabhu is not even looking at Sita Mata. So Janaka Maharaja is holding on to the hand of Sita Mata and is telling Iyam Sita Mama Suta Saha Dharma Charitama. You know how he is introducing Sita Mata to Ramchandra Prabhu? He says, Rama, you are known to be someone who follows Dharma. I am giving you my daughter who will support you in your Dharma. Whatever you follow, she'll follow you. Chayaiva iva. Chaya iva. Like a shadow, she'll be with you always. Good times or bad times, she'll never leave you. She'll stand by Dharma. She is Dharma Charini, Dharma Palini, Dharma Kamini. That's what she is. And he says, please, Pratija Chaina, Bhatram Te, Panim, Grinnisha Panina, Pativrata, Mahabhaga, Chayeva Anugata Sada. He gives the hand of Sita Mata to Rama. See, there are 4 mandapas. All the 4 marriages should happen in the same muhurta. But everybody is only in this mandapa, including Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. Nobody wants to miss Rama Kalyana, Sita Kalyana. So they are all here. And after Ramchandra Prabhu accepts the hand of Sita Mata, only then, even then nobody goes up. Janaka says, okay, Lakshmana, you marry Urmila. It does not even go there. They just send a word and each of them get married. And all the 4 of them are married on the same day in that mandapa. But we celebrate only this as Sita Kalyana. Is it not? And after the marriage, they all go back to Ayodhya. On the way, Bhagavan does the Garva Banga of Parashurama and they go to Ayodhya. And there, Sita Mata and Ramchandra Prabhu, the Yugala Murti, they live for a very long time, happily, till they decide to go to the forest and do the rest of the Leelas. On this very auspicious day of Rama Navami, it is such a great blessing. Though only it was a concise, summarized version, still, I know you are wondering, summarized day, it is so long. Because usually we do Ramayana Avatara, Ramavatara, Sita Kalyana, everything is one day. We tried and we brought it all together on a day. Because it's Rama Navami today, we want to do the Smarana of Ramachandra Prabhu's Avatara and conclude with the auspicious Sita Kalyana. It is such a great blessing that we were able to enjoy it with the prayer at the lotus feet of Sri Sita Devi and Sri Ramachandra Prabhu and our Guru Maharaj, that may he bless all the families gathered here with all auspiciousness, with all the Mangala, with whatever prayer we have, let it be blessed, let it be granted by Bhagavan, who is Suprasanna here today after Sita Kalyana, and with the prayer that may we be blessed with lot of Satsanga and Bhagavan Nama Sankirtana. Kayena vacha manasendriye va buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai Sriman Narayana eti samarpayami. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Janaki Kanta Smaranam.
Jai Jai Rama Rama.
Sadguruna